Hi everybody, welcome to another video of God Academy. Hi Tamar, and we're gonna talk about Davos. Davos is good, Davos is kind, Davos is loyal. Everybody loves Davos.
And he's a traitor to his class.
Okay, hold that thought. Okay, let's talk a little bit about Davos. We know he came from nothing in King's Landing, right? And he was basically pushed to be a smuggler, and but later he rose to prominence after he met Stannis.
He saved Stannis and Stannis' family in the siege in Robert's Rebellion.
Storm's End.
By smuggling onions.
Right.
The Stannis cut off his 4 fingers and then was pardoned for his past crimes.
Like I thought that Stannis said, okay, you smuggled food, so you saved it, but the fact that you smuggled it requires a punishment. Was he talking about his past crimes?
Yeah, his past crime. And after that, Davos became his puppy, and forgot all about his past, his
humble
beginnings and his class, basically.
So he's not like Jenny from the block.
No, he's the opposite of Jenny from the block.
I'm still Jenny from the block. Used to have a little, now I have a lot. I know where I came from.
It's a little bit anachronism to say about Davos.
Explain why.
Because, he basically won the lottery by getting inside the noble class. And to expect him to try and make lives better for his past class is anachronism. Class consciousness is something that is very alive in this period in the Middle Ages. Today, how we define ourselves. So we say, okay, I am from, like I am a Jew, I'm Israeli, like the national identity is very strong. Our profession in life is very, very strong. If we are religious, then our religion is higher than our national identity.
Right.
And our age and our place in life, football team, hobbies and stuff like that.
And political affiliates.
Like our Facebook profile. Back then, one of the first things you will say that I am a son of.
Okay.
Like your class affiliation, your class consciousness was very, very, very
highborn, lowborn, it's very important.
Yeah, you could know only by your name if you're class, from which class are you?
Or bastard or whatever.
Or bastard or something like that. So it was very, very, very important. Something like in terms of identity, it's something like holds you up, like the religion and your class.
Right. Even before you do anything, if you're smart or whatever, you say your name and that's it. You're put in a section.
Yeah, and Davos, in that terms, is forgot about his class.
Okay.
And the way he defines his raison d'être is like Stannis. I'm from Stannis. It doesn't matter my previous class. I'm for Stannis. Like Stannis is like the most important thing in his identity.
So if Davos thinks that Stannis is the most important person in the world, and he is like Robin to Stannis' Batman, so Davos is like the second most important person in the world. He is the one that takes care the most to Stannis. This is like in a very stark contrast to politicians today, because Davos is basically a politician. He's like the prime minister to the king, whatever. Today, politicians, all they do is mention their humble beginnings and they came from this and they're very proud of it. But Davos
is not proud of it.
Yeah, he's not proud of it. He's ashamed of it. He became like a classless individual because he's not accepted and he doesn't feel equal to the lords. He's very fearful.
And he understands them.
But he's no longer from the bottom class people in how do you call this neighborhood?
Fleece bottom. Yeah. We read Davos as a window. Like he's a window towards...
He's a POV character.
Yeah, the POV character. So he's one of the most important characters in the story. But he plays a role like as a window to what happens in whatever Stannis is doing.
And he all he thinks about is Stannis.
Even if he breaks Stannis' orders, he's doing it for Stannis. And he says Stannis is my god. So Stannis for him is like the god, not only in the sense that the gods that give you law and morals,
because he's that too.
But Stannis is his god in an existential way, like the word existential, write it here. Stannis gives him meaning. So he's like a god in the Dostoevsky's way or the Kierkegaard's way, in the sense that I can't perceive reality and accept the meaning of reality without a god. Like this anchor that is outside of me that will give me meaning to life. And like if my sons are dead,
Right.
and
I don't see my wife.
I don't see my wife.
That's okay.
I almost
Stannis
drowned.
is more important.
Stannis is more important. I will try to reach him.
He's obsessive
And
about
he's
Stannis.
obsessed about Stannis is like giving him the meaning to life.
So when you say that Stannis is his god, I don't know, it makes me think, because Stannis' god is the red god, and Davos' gods are the faith, the 7 gods, whatever. So even though Stannis attacks Davos' own gods, he sees Stannis as more important than a god that is more important than God. It's like an uber god.
Uber god, that's good.
Uber god. Trademark. This is a good time to go to our bold prediction. So what do you think will happen to Davos?
His god will die. I
We
don't.
saw that.
Yeah,
in the show.
even if we can't accept the show as a canon,
Yeah, the death will be different.
yeah, the death will be different. But
But-
I think the show gave us a hint about Davos, how he will accept it, like his death.
Why?
I think he will disengage himself from Stannis.
Because in the show he burned Shireen. This is
Yeah.
something that Davos will never forgive
He
him.
will never forgive. That will be like a moment of clarity for him that his god is dead or he wasn't a god in the first place. And what we do,
do we
as humanity, you know, the minute we kill God, like you have this Nietzschean
Okay.
story about the man running inside in the town square and say God is dead, God is dead, we killed him.
What does that mean?
It means that something that is outside ourselves, that is responsible for our morals, the meaning of life,
Right.
and for the law, we don't need him anymore. This is basically what the message is saying. We don't need him anymore. On the contrary, we need to reevaluate our morals, reevaluate our way of thinking about reality, and starting to put men in the center. And so I think Davos, towards the end of the story, will realize that he lived
A lie.
and Stannis is not a god.
And,
And I think he will take it very hard. And I think he will go back to his wife, to his old, wrinkly, ugly wife, and walk on his garden.
it's very dramatic, very dramatic ending.
Mhm.
Then
Will-
he
He
works.
will grow vegetables in his garden, and
Okay.
will say, enough is enough, I don't follow gods anymore.
I don't know. I can think of another thing that could happen after Stannis is dead. If he's dead in the books in a different way than in the show, maybe I can see Davos. I don't know, just going on a suicide mission. Just I don't know, just to for the sake of his god of his dead god, like.
Stannis is Akbar, Allah, Stannis Akbar.
And then in a very dramatic way. Like if Stannis is dead, then nothing else matters, and just I don't know, just do like a suicide mission, whatever, for the glory and for the honor of the dead god that was maybe betrayed.
Could be, but I don't think so.
Why? Why?
If
Oh,
we
it
go-
could happen.
If we go back to this existential message that I was trying to put out, what existentialism says basically is that if we can't find connection with reality and a connection with the meaning of reality and meaning of life,
Okay.
we have to find it ourselves.
In ourselves.
Yeah, so we have the Kierkegaardian or Dostoevskian way of existentialism. Even though I know a lot of things are meaningless and stupid, I will make a choice, and that choice is God. And Dostoevsky says something very, very similar in his books. The Nietzschean part
Okay.
is to accept the death of God,
Okay.
give up this on this concept of God, and instead search the meaning inside.
Not give up.
Not give up. No. If I choose life, it's a choice. Existentialism is a choice.
You have to find meaning in like daily chores,
In daily chores, in simple stuff in life,
watching the sunset.
watching the sunset, growing vegetables, which is not that Nietzschean. Reminds me of a book by Voltaire. Candide. It's like a story about this character that he sees all the bullshit in life. And after a long journey, he comes back to his house and to his garden, and he's growing vegetables and fruits. And that's
Okay.
it. Like, okay, that's it.
nice.
I will not search for gold. I will not search for religion. I will not search for God.
Let everybody burn. I'll
go back to
concentrate
my
on
garden,
my garden.
grow
Fuck
some
everybody.
weed. You know what I'm saying?
Was it legal back then
Yeah.
in France?
Mhm.
Yeah, it was.
How do you think the French Revolution started?
Because there was a shortage of
Because
weed.
they tried to take down their weed.
So, which philosophical path do you think that Davos will choose? Will he just kill himself after God is dead, or will he find meaning in his vegetables? I don't know. Sounds a little bit weird when I'm putting it out like that. So be sure to comment in the comment section below, and if you enjoyed the video, click like. Check us out on Facebook and Twitter, and we are adding a link to our Patreon page in the description. Please support our channel if you want to, and subscribe to get our next videos, and we'll see you next time. Bye everybody.